gently start today's webinar. And with that, today we will be listening to two presenters from the Department of Employment and Workforce discussing updates and different actions that are occurring that can help libraries help their citizens a little bit better if needed, depending on the situation. Today will be very, very short and definitely brief. And with that, again, my name is Jason Broughton, Outreach Librarian here at the State Library, and we are, in a sense, trying to make sure that we have the most correct and up-to-date information on anything that's going on when it comes to helping our citizens with job searching, unemployment filing, or starting their own business if need be. With that, we will be, I think, discussing different information, and then we will have Jessica, who will be presenting information and documents. At the end of the webinar, there will be a little evaluation, and I will also send you the information that she will be discussing to you in your email so that you will also have that as well. So with that, I am going to, Mr. Price, are you there?
Yes, I am.
All right, perfect. Now, you don't need the screen. You just wanted to talk, correct?
Right.
All right, so I'll go ahead and turn this over to you, and then when you're done, I guess we will get ready for Jessica, and then I will change the screen over to her.
Okay,
all
thank
right.
you. My name again is Leonard Price. I'm the UI Liaison and Connection Point Coordinator for the Department of Employment and Workforce. I just want to take the time to thank the State Library and Jason for hosting this webinar along with you all attending. We felt like it would be appropriate to review some of the things that are going on as it relates to connection points. Again, I just want to thank you all for being willing to participate. As I've gone throughout the state, I've found that in most cases that the connection point activities are going really well. So Jessica Seeley, who is our UI operational technical liaison, will be doing the presentation. If you have any questions or concerns, please let us know. And we thank you for attending this webinar. Jessica, I'm going to turn it over to you at this time.
Oh, one little bit. If you out there in the audience or attendees have a question, please use your chat feature as your mics have been turned off. All right, Jessica, do you want me to turn over the driver to you right now so that you'll have it?
Sure.
All
yes.
right, give us just a second, audience. All right. And Jessica, you should have an item come up. And once it's there, we'll see what's on your screen. And we do.
Okay.
We see your desktop.
Okay. Thank you, Jason, and thank you, Mr. Price. I really do appreciate the opportunity to talk with you all today. My name again is Jessica Seeley, and I am the UI Operations Technical Liaison with the South Carolina Department of Employment and Workforce. The objective of this meeting is to give you all a basic overview of what is expected of staff who work at a connection point, to review the handouts provided at these locations, to review the frequently asked questions these staff may receive from applicants, and to really answer any questions or concerns that you may have. I would like to start with reviewing what a connection point is. Citizens, when they report to these connection points, they're really expected to access the handouts provided by SCDO and the literature racks provided, and or to use a computer to complete whatever task they're looking to complete. Staff at these locations is not expected to answer any unemployment questions, but to rather guide applicants to the available handouts and help them troubleshoot any issues that may come up with the computer. If you have an applicant that is unable to use a computer or has literacy limitations or has detailed unemployment questions, they really should be directed to call the state's toll-free number that's provided on all the literature and select the options to let them speak to a claims specialist. I do have some handouts that I'm going to go over, and these are the materials that are located in the connection points. The first one and most commonly used handout is the guide on how to create a My Benefits account. And this they actually have to create a My Benefits account to file for unemployment. And I hope everybody can see the
Yes,
handout. Okay, good.
I can see it very clearly.
Okay, good. And basically it gives screenshots and directions on this handout step by step until they get to the information that they have to complete. This guide informs the claimant up front that they will need to have a valid email address in order to create this account. Therefore, if they do not have one, they must create one before even starting this step. Applicants will have to access this email account during the UI application process, so they should not use an account they cannot access. We've had that problem in the past. An example of this would be, an applicant should not use their friend's email address since they do not have the username and password to access the mailbox. Any questions about that?
None that I see yet.
Okay, good. Okay. After they complete that step, they actually can get the handout on how to file an initial claim. And that handout is next. If it'll come up for me.
Oh, it's still downloading. I can see it.
Okay.
It's still downloading.
I'm a little fast for what I guess. Okay. So this is the guide on how to file an initial claim. This guide is a general outline and does not include every screen due to the fact that everyone's My Benefits experience is unique and is customized to their specific circumstances. And you'll see it is a few steps. It's a 2-page document. The applicant will be asked to answer demographic questions, work history to include dates and reasons for separations. Questions concerning their availability for work are also included. Before submitting their claim, there is a page that outlines the claimant's rights and responsibilities and their next steps. This page is not pictured on the handout. However, clicking on the button Submit verifies that they have read the information and verifies that the information they provided is correct. So you will, those are a lot of where the questions come from claimants, is what are they supposed to do next. But it is outlined on their last page. Any questions about that one so far, Jason?
No one has put a question in yet. Not
Okay.
yet. We're just following along. I'm checking to make
move.
sure. They're really good about doing that, though. If there needs to be a question or a chat, they would definitely put in. But right now, I think everything is pretty much flowing very nicely.
Good. Okay. So we'll move right along to filing a weekly claim. Let's see.
Oh, I do have one question.
Okay.
Can a citizen still go into a SC Work Center and have help or assistance with unemployment, or is it just online and the phone number?
They can actually get assistance as far as filing their claim online in the SC Work Centers, just like they would if they came to a connection point.
Okay.
So, Jessica, what you're saying is that they get the same assistance. Everything's basically online.
Correct.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Okay. The guide to filing the weekly claim is what is showing now. The applicants must certify their eligibility each week in order to receive payment and or credit for the week. They can do so by telephone or by logging into their My Benefits portal as it's shown on this guide here.
Okay, one question for you.
Okay.
Somebody asked, and I know I've seen it though on the home page of the My Benefits, but there's a question that says, is there an email service that is suggested or recommended, Yahoo versus Gmail versus Hotmail? Does it make a difference? Because I know on your homepage, I think it's Google as just listed as one that you go to.
The reason that we suggested that particular server is because it does give a tutorial.
Oh, okay.
But Yahoo, Gmail, all of those standard servers are acceptable.
Perfect.
There's not any server that it doesn't accept, I guess
Okay.
would be the best answer.
Thank you.
You're welcome. The neat thing about filing through the portal each week versus using the telephone is that you're not going to get a busy signal. So a lot of people have gone to filing their weekly claim online, and it doesn't matter if they do it on Sunday or Monday. Whereas if you use the telephone system, your day to call in is based on the last digit of your Social Security number as a claimant. So filing the weekly claim online has been a tremendous help. If nobody has questions about that guide, I'll move on.
Not yet, correct.
Okay. I'll move on to the next one. The other thing that a lot of claimants need is a UI benefits verification form. And these forms are used for outside agencies that want to know if people are actually filing for unemployment or receiving unemployment benefits. So we do have a request for this, and this guide was created because some agencies do require or consider unemployment insurance to be a source of income. This handout is very straightforward. The claimant completes the request form as shown in step number 2, which I'll show here.
I do have another question, Jessica,
Okay.
but this one I know would also kind of, it's just more general.
Okay.
Someone was saying that we need to be aware that there are, with most email providers now, because when they were started, they never did this before, but they do ask for mobile numbers as a password for password recovery to help them get back into the account. Is there an email that doesn't, that you might know of? Because I actually don't. I know there's a few that our IT department here at the State Library mentioned many months ago, and I can probably get that from them. But I know it's not a lot of private email companies that don't require some form of a number to contact you.
I'm not positive. I think Gmail does. I don't think Yahoo does. Now that could have changed. That is something that we can research and get a definite answer on for sure. Because a lot of people don't have, the older population doesn't
Yes.
have cell phones.
So I will definitely also look into that. I will send an answer out to that for
Okay.
everybody who attended today in discussions with our IT department here. Thank you for that question.
As far as the UI benefits verification, like I was saying, they do complete the form, and it submits the request, and it tells them that they will receive a response in their email within 48 hours. And it is an encrypted email. The only feedback that we have received after doing this online is that claimants do get confused about the encrypted email when it comes to them. They do have to create a username and password to get the paperwork out of their email from us because it does include their full Social Security number. So that's why it is encrypted. That was a requirement by our IT department. I did want to show one more thing, as we talked about earlier, the rights and responsibilities of the claimant, the last page of their claim. This is where we get a lot of questions from claimants, and we were thinking that this could be something that would come up to the staff. It tells them what their weekly responsibilities are. This is just copied and pasted from the last page of a claim. It tells them exactly what they're supposed to do on in each week, their job search responsibilities, and it gives them the toll-free number to call if they're a South Carolina resident or an out-of-state resident. All of these handouts are available on our website at www.dew.sc.gov and under the Claimants tab and Self-Service Resources link. And like I said, you can always contact us either me or Mr. Price to actually get printouts of the literature sent to your location. And that's all of the documents that I had. Any questions?
Let's look. I don't think any new questions have come in. Not yet.
Okay.
Nope, no, none. None. Just getting some little dialogue going. Someone said that Yahoo doesn't ask currently for a cell phone number or a home number, but they're not sure if it's not required to do so. So I know a lot of people might be looking for an opt-out feature because, yes, not everybody might have a phone, or sadly, if you have to pay money for other items to live, you will probably turn the phone off.
Exactly.
That's right.
So that will probably be definitely an item there. All right, from our audience, I'm just going through different types of items. All right. Okay. No questions as of yet. Go ahead, Mr. Price.
Jason, are there any questions or concerns about things that they're experiencing out there?
All right, please use your chat feature and kind of let us know how things are going at your library, whether it be it's going okay, the demand is heavy, or it's kind of light, or it happens maybe certain times of the week if you feel, or certain times of the month. We would definitely like to see your question if possible, or your suggestion or comment for today's presenters. It'll take a little time here. All right. Now, Jessica, I am going to change it back to me.
Okay.
And we're going to just do a little screen change here. And that will open up. All right. We're now back on my screen. And just as Jessica showed, as you guys might be typing in any questions or whatnot, I wanted to make sure that you kind of were able to see where you are able to go and get a listing of the documents. But here is the main home page of the Department of Employment and Workforce. And with that, you have lots of information that you can find here, but it's nice and color-coded. Unless you have, sadly, a colorblind individual, you, in a sense, can direct them to claimants to view information online first. And it contains all the information that you will need to, in a sense, examine here if you actually would need to. So here, under claimants, you can see there are 4 sub-areas, and the one that you would best be likely to go to, of course, is going to be the online tools. Now, please keep in mind that if you have somebody who just comes in and says, I don't know even how to do any of this, but they definitely can click on this and be taken to the tutorial. So that's over here for you for that. Don't forget that Do also now has a new app for doing your weekly claims with that, but I think the initial progress has to be done on a PC, correct?
Correct.
Yes.
Yes, so you can file weekly, but you will always have to start the process at a PC specifically. But under online tools, if you just go here, the first bullet point are the form areas that she talked about today. And so you can just click on these. The video listing is also here, along with some other forms that are very specific to definite types of situations, such as appeals, availability questionnaires, and application for witness subpoena within that specifically. So very, very good in the sense of lots of information to provide them. And again, Mr. Price is going around the state to different libraries that are connection points, that you also have a 1-800 number that you can go to. So that's really helpful to give the patron there. Now, of course, I know that that might frustrate some of you in libraries because the person probably wants to make the phone call right there at the public computers. So please urge them to step outside, even though it might be a traumatic little situation for them with that.
And Jason, what they need to understand is once they contact the 1-866 number, that we will assist them from that point on.
Perfect.
They don't need to go back to the computer. We will take the claim from there.
Great. So that makes it very easy. All right.
Yeah, especially if if it's somebody who has literacy problems or, is not savvy with a computer. If they can't even get started with a claim, definitely, if they just communicate that with a rep on the IVR, we will gladly take it over. We don't make it a habit for people who can use a computer and just choose not to.
Okay, perfect. Now I'm getting bits and pieces, so if you're out there as some of my attendees, some of you are being able to let everybody see the questions, and then others are sending me private messages, so maybe you might not be comfortable using the chat, but I appreciate you sending this to me, so I will kind of go through some items here. As I'm looking at it, the general consensus seems to be that a lot of people are saying that the unemployment seekers have kind of decreased or flatlined a bit, but there is a steady demand for employment, so the job-seeking aspect. Do you wish to talk about that requirement that sometimes people might not realize in the library, that yes, they can come into the library to, of course, sit at a computer and file for unemployment, but there's also a nice little regulation that if you're filing for unemployment, you have to do job searching.
That's exactly right. And they have to do one through our SC Boss system.
Okay. They have to do just one job search a week, or
Week
that okay?
through that system. Now it's 4 a week, but they have to do one through the SC Boss system.
Okay,
Twice.
so they have to go to the SC Works online services. Now,
Right.
if you have at the libraries, if you have people coming in and they've finished their unemployment, tell them if they're still on this homepage, just go to Job Seeker, and from that, find a job is right here. They can click on it, and then SC WAS. This is the site that individuals. Oh, go ahead, Jessica.
Yes, they have to log in. They do have to log in with their username and password that is provided to them at the end of their unemployment claim.
Okay.
So they are provided that information. They do need to keep up with it. They do need to sign in so that that job search counts in the system. It cross matches with our unemployment system each week and makes it where it counts towards their requirements. If they don't log in, then it doesn't cross match, and it results in them having a delay in their benefits.
Oh, okay. So it'll be a delay in their benefits if they don't do this correctly. Ooh, that can cause some tense situations. I do know one thing I would definitely want to alert those out there who are attendees to, when you are assisting someone or they are asking a question about signing in, please make sure that they are in the upper right corner. I have seen people just go here because it's here and they start, and they wouldn't get any credit if they have not done this and signed up for an account. You should also know that no one who does not have unemployment is barred from this system. Anyone can search within this, but if you have unemployment, you are required to do it at least once a week. But any citizen with or without unemployment can use this system to search for employment.
Correct.
All right. That's great. Any other questions? Oop, hold on. We got some items here. Question. Someone said, we have noticed that we need to make sure that the date is included on the bottom of a page when folks print out their UI verification page. The date sometimes isn't automatically included. Now, I'm not sure. I guess that's for verification specifically. Not sure why that is always there. Oh, someone did say, I have people get confused between the login and the UI claim and for job searching. Are there different passwords? There are. It isn't a seamless system, correct? There is a username and password for My Benefits, and there is a username and password for SC WASP, correct?
That's correct.
So, yes, if you heard everybody, they will have to have 2 different passwords. They cannot be used interchangeably at this current moment.
And Jason, we recommend we have some cards that they can put that password on, because from what I understand that they lose them quite often.
Yeah, they come back to the library and ask the
Yeah.
librarian, what's my password,
Yeah.
usually.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, we don't have that.
Yeah.
And we can reset the SE Works password if they call the IVR,
Okay.
but we cannot reset their My Benefits portal password. They have to create a new account if they forget that one.
Okay. Did everybody hear that one? That's very specific. Can you say that one more time, Jessica? That was very important.
Sure. If the applicant has forgotten their password to the SE Works information, we can reset that if they call us and tell us that they have forgotten it. but we cannot reset the My Benefits portal password that they created.
Wow. So their unemployment filing website, they will have to have a total reset. So definitely a unique item there specifically.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I think that kind of is going to be it for the questions. Lots of great questions today, folks. Thank you so much. Glad everybody is able to ask questions and not put out frustrations. Because it's been a long amount of years for us to deal with this in libraries, but it definitely is now working out very, very smoothly within that specifically. I guess my only question, though, would be, do you see any change in where the focus will never necessarily decrease from unemployment and people coming to the library for usage, but do you see any scaling up or interest in the employment side being discussed for something in the future? And it could be maybe how to use SE Works a little bit better, or in a sense, how to search for jobs specifically the way the do might require them to do.
When you say that, Jason, as you know, the unemployment rate is down.
Correct.
It goes down, so, and that's evident based on, as you said, the activity coming into the offices. You know, anytime the unemployment side decreases as far as activity, the employment side increases. So what you're asking, are you asking that are there going to be more workshops? Or?
Well, just in the sense as we transition from unemployment to employment, would there be any, changes where we will start talking a little bit more about employment? Like the focus just changes from, okay, we got this, in a sense, done and completed and everything's working well, but let's see how we can help people find better jobs, career changers, new to this specifically. Are there any discussions on focusing on employment throughout the state?
There's always discussions focusing on employment, but what we need to do is probably get you in contact with the website that will, I mean, we're all one, but that has great expertise in that area and would be able to direct you as far as the direction that they're going in with that.
Perfect, not a problem. My last items before we start to log out, and it's really been great today, is just remember that there's a lot of information that you can get on the main website. As you can see, they have their scrolling carousel here with the different things that are new. So please take some time just to kind of examine it as it changes. If you don't want to wait for it, you can hit any of these numbers and it'll take you there. Also, know that you have news and information here where you can get how the unemployment rate is calculated for the states. Also with that, you have the detailed reports of the counties by listing of highest to lowest unemployment rate. And remember, it's usually 2 months behind because that's to be calculated and then released. So it actually is the most current one will be July, but August will be coming up shortly once we move into October. And of course, you have news that you can use to kind of terrify your patrons to show that if you lie or take any unemployment that you should not be, in a sense, getting compensated for, you will be prosecuted. And so here we have 2 Richland County residents who plead guilty to unemployment fraud, sadly. One great thing is that the site now has compiled these 2 links. So if you have individuals who are looking to know what job fairs are across the state, if they can travel, then it will always have a large amount of items to show you what's available. And so that might be of a benefit to individuals who are looking for specific types of work in different areas. So the upcoming job fairs, and then you have workshop calendars. Divided out by your workforce board regions. And so with that, when you click on it, it will show you, in a sense, the calendars of what that local SC Work Center is doing. While, yes, the library will be open a bit more than your local SC Work Center, sometimes computers get full. Maybe we don't have a class on that. You want to at least know where to turn to send people for specific items, especially things like, in a sense, completing the SC WASP background wizard. If people don't know how to navigate the site, here you can say Thursday is a great time here in Midlands, specifically how to overcome a barrier, expungement workshops, and we definitely see a lot of people who come in with barriers to the library. So with that, just know there's a lot of things that is available to you, and it just takes a little bit of time to look through it and then decide how you want to navigate it. So the more information you have, the better for your citizens.
And that was my reason for saying we need to get you in contact with the individuals that knows what's going on in each particular area.
So that works out perfectly. Yes, because there's a lot of workforce boards if you
Right.
look at it that way. So
Right.
we, in a sense, getting with that. Well, our time has definitely come to an end. I would like to thank everybody who sent in questions and whatnot, and I will be sending you the links again to make sure what Jessica talked about today. And this will be archived and uploaded in about 3 days. We'll put it up, and then I will send out the link to everyone, including Mr. Price and to Jessica, so they'll have it for future uses and anyone who might want to also examine it. Again, feel free to contact me here at the State Library if you have any questions about that, because I will try to get you in touch with the appropriate persons